What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lieutenant Nathaniel Flint of the Landship Scorpios, and today we're finally gonna just do hopefully a quick video where we're just gonna go through some of those images. I'll give a little bit of commentary, just things that I've noticed, and we'll just quickly skip right through these and have some fun. So today we'll be going over updates 43 and 44 for those behind the scenes images they shared for Rivet Wars Reloaded. So first, we're going to start off on this one that has been making its rounds. It is a nice behind the scenes image. We get to see a lot of the models. We do get to see the coloring, which I do appreciate is like a darker blue and a darker red rather than a little bit brighter that I feel like a lot of the Kickstarter images were. I do think that was the right direction to go in. They look great even from a distance. I'm seeing some doubles of some of the things here, but let's go through what we're actually seeing. So we're seeing the dice, and then we're seeing the faction dice. So we got this kind of purplish dice over here, which I think is the set that will come in the Battle of Rivet core box. We also have faction dice, so we can see some allied dice and some blight dice of the blue and red. And then we can also see the Nemoan dice up here. So the faction dice will be, I believe it is a bunch of D6s and then a D8. Oh, but this looks like a bunch of D8s and then a D6. And that doesn't make immediate sense to me. Maybe that's something that they caught. Anyways, then we have a bunch of allied troops. We have the 9. We have a bunch of blight troops. We have the 9. I think this might be our sniper there. We can see a lot of the plugs. So we can see General Paxton, like the hacksaw turret, and duplicates of both. We can see the heroes. So that's cool. They did point out to us that they were aware of the issue. So these are like proof copies for them to look over and talk about and test. So they did mention that, like, we can see the vert tank here in the corner is facing the wrong way. It's supposed to be going this way on its base. So there are little things like that still need addressing, but they are making sure that like all the plugs fit and all the plug slots equally and like cleanly. Checking all the tops, like this one has the top to the Sturmpanzer. And then we're just getting a look. So this is the new Battle of Rivet, the new core box. So as we can see, there's one less each of the cavalry, which will go into the Vanguard box. And then we have, instead we have these 2 additional tanks with plug slots on them, which I still feel is a solid idea. We can see Parman down here. It looks like he's way over here, but I'm sure they all talked about that. And then we can see that these are some of the plastics for the 3D terrain box and stuff like that. So we're just getting a good view. The rest of the images are of the molding, so they are just double checking them from behind the scenes. So we can see that it's some nice behind the scenes look at some of these. So we can see like Elsa Frost here. We can see that this is, I think this is Jeremy with the bird right there. So I mean, you can get a good idea of what they're going to be looking at in their molds. Yeah, that seems to be like Jeremy's head here with that that crest and his helmet that we see. You can see some of these are red, so these are probably some blight units. So we can see Panzerfaust here. So they're making them in the molds, and then they get popped out, and these will go to mass production. So it's cool little like behind the scenes look at some things. So these are like some leg pieces, probably for a tank. We see some Wolverine down here, his gun. Like it's seeing all the little bits that will come together to make the big bits. So I really do like images like this. It's cool behind the scenes. Yeah, see, this is definitely like a rifleman or something. We get a Panzerfaust over here. And then we get the bases. This one isn't much. You can see where like the feeties are supposed to go. Some little indents. I do think this is cool. A little peek that underneath will be a little Steamforged Games thing underneath the bases. That's a nice touch. It's a nice little sneak peek preview here. That's what the under of the bases are going to look like. And then more images. We can see the hero plugs here. Hacksaw turret. General Paxton. Yeah, we're just getting a look at that. More looks at the bases here. And more bases here. So just getting a good look at those. You can see that they have a generic small bases, a generic middle bases, and then I'm assuming, oh, those look small too. But I'm assuming they'll also have big bases. This one looks like maybe a different angle to one we saw earlier. We have this as gun, the legs, some gears. Someone has written bad here. So yeah, that is some behind the scenes looks on update 43. And then we also have update 44, which gave us a few more behind the scenes. So we have our first look at the box, back of the box. This is the Battle of Rivet core box. So we can see they have it listed out as 22 Allied miniatures and 22 Blight miniatures. That's 44 miniatures in the base box alone. So 22, so they are including the riflemen. I believe there's 9 riflemen. There's one of each plug, one of each hero unit. So, I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Simple. So there are a lot of, I mean, that seems pretty huge when you think about that. They have the wording over here. Riveting combat in a diesel punk world. 1900s warfare meets diesel punk fantasy in an alternative universe of unorthodox inventions. Rivet Wars is a 1 to 4 player quick-fire tactical combat game. You can play competitively, co-op, solo, and in teams. The game is super fast to set up. Just lay some tiles and tokens and begin. Choose your Rivet faction, Allied or Blight, and deploy waves of units to stay one strategic step ahead. Switch tactics from one turn to the next to claim objectives and score victory points. Use swappable plugs to customize your minis and create exciting combos, giving you the edge right when it counts. Each fast-paced Rivet battle is 30 to 60 minutes of non-stop action. Play single sessions or rally your troops for a full campaign. Tally-ho! So we can see that they have like the miniatures. There's 28 tiles, which includes the big tiles, the kind of half tiles, the small square tiles, and then singles like objectives and bunkers. And I think there's also single like trench pieces. We have 141 tokens, which is a bunch, but it includes things like deployment zones. It includes things like flag tokens, like the mission card tokens, where the missions are, health, rivets, shields, and then, of course, other terrain tokens like barbed wire, tank traps, minefields, and gas. So there's a lot already with the game, and I think we get a sneak peek on them a little later. 111 cards, which is faction cards and unit stat cards and action cards and mission cards and all sorts of cards. I think it will also include some cross-faction cards, which I'm not sure if that's what we're seeing, as well as the Colossus, like solo mode cards. They also show the 5 dice, which is the 4 Rivet Wars damage dice, the D6s, and 1 D8, like I thought earlier. And then we can see all the official stuff here. That's super cool. And they let us know you can expand your Rivetverse with compatible sets. And you can find out more at steamforge.com. It's a little shame that rivetwars.com isn't used, but I guess they just wanted to direct people back to the main area. Next up, we saw some look at the AI stuff. So we can see their trait cards, the deployment order cards, and the mission rate cards with the tracker. We did cover the work in progress PDFs for the AI stuff, so I am super excited to give it a shot. Like, I mean, how cool is that? So we do have that going on for us. Here is a sneak preview behind the scene of what the tokens will be coming as in little punch outs. So we can see that there's a bunch of tiles, there's a bunch of these kind of tiles, and then they kind of go, we'll just punch all these out and put them in our boxes. Ooh, someone out there is going to need to get the box dimensions and figure out how we can fit all these in as little of a box as possible, nice and cleanly. Ooh. And then, of course, what I think is the most exciting from 44 is the drop of what the metal faction coins look like. They just look great. Each of the faction logos are so stark. I do love them. So we got the Nemoan wings and drill here. I love that look of that logo. We do have the allied wings here with the shield. Iconic. So glad to see it back. And then we have the Blighton Eagle with a shield. Very, very nice. I do like the looks of these, and they just look high class, like A+. And with that, that's all we have at the moment for these behind the scenes images. So that's all we're going to do for this video right now. Just kind of looking them over, enjoying what we see. And that is really it. Nothing more to talk about. It's kind of nice to have a short video, hopefully. So do check down below in the links for where Rivet Wars is at. Which includes in the Update 44, they directed us to the official Steamforge Games Discord for more official announcements. And part of that is there is a Rivet Wars Reloaded channel as a part of that official Discord. And it is kind of quiet. So Rivet Wars fans, why don't we go over there? Why don't we talk about what we're excited about most for Rivet Wars Reloaded, and just kind of talk about units and cool stuff. We'll pass the time there. We do have some time to go. So I do think that we'll be doing a little bit more. Let me know what kind of Rivet Wars videos you want to see in the comments down below. I do think that with the extra time, maybe we should do a review or two more of additional scenarios. I did only do the one because I didn't think there was going to be that much time, and I am going to be doing finished videos of the scenarios once everything's finished and fulfilled. But with extra time to wait, maybe we can get another one or two in there. So let me know kind of what scenarios you're super excited to see going forward. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have a chance, do subscribe to my channel. I do steampunk content. I am looking into more generic steampunk videos to put out, as well as I'm doing a run through of Valiant Hearts at the moment. So if you're interested in just generic steampunk, dieselpunk content, I will cover it as I can. So do subscribe down below. That helps the channel a lot, and it is a free action from you guys. And do like the video if you liked it. That also helps us find our audience. any interaction like that means the world for a small channel like the Landship Scorpios. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.